digital university is the need of the 21st century. It has enormous power to bring the revolution in the global education system. The world is facing a major problem of unemployment and skill-based education. India is adopting a drastic change in the education system as declared and urged by the Honorable Prime Minister respected Shri Narendra Modi to promote digital education.
I dream of a digital India where quality education reaches the most inaccessible corners driven by the digital learning.
Honorable Prime Minister, respected Shri Narendra Modi has appealed to the Ministry of Education, UGC, AICTE and stakeholders to promote digital education with international standards.
ये डिजिटल यूनिवर्सिटी लर्निंग और रीलर्निंग की मौजूदा और भविष्य की जरूरतों के लिए युवाओं को तैयार करेगी। शिक्षा मंत्रालय, यूजीसी, एआईसीटीई और सभी स्टेक होल्डर्स सबसे मेरा आग्रह है कि ये डिजिटल यूनिवर्सिटी तेजी से काम शुरू कर सके, ये सुनिश्चित होना चाहिए। शुरू से ही ये डिजिटल यूनिवर्सिटी इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड को लेकर चले, ये देखना हम सभी का दायित्व है।
People are lacking the facilities of school and college education, as well as higher education, not only in India but all around the globe, either due to inadequate finances or family responsibilities. Their dream of getting an education is never getting fulfilled, due to full-time regular classes with high costs. Honorable PM.Narendra Modi strongly promotes the 21st century skills with digital technology such as critical thinking, collaboration, curiosity, communication, teamwork. Interpersonal dynamics are a must for schools, colleges and universities.
साथियों, भविष्य की दुनिया हमारी आज की दुनिया से काफी अलग होने वाली है। हम इसकी जरूरतों को अभी से देख सकते हैं, सेंस कर सकते हैं। ऐसे में हमें अपने स्टूडेंट्स को 21st सेंचुरी की स्किल्स के साथ आगे बढ़ाना है। ये 21st सेंचुरी की स्किल्स क्या होगी? ये होगी क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग, क्रिएटिविटी, कोलैबोरेशन, क्यूरियोसिटी और कम्युनिकेशन।
Peeyush Pandit, the visionary educationist, always had a dream to provide education to every learner across the world. He believes that the world is changing drastically, so there is a need to make changes in the education system. With this thought, Peeyush Pandit concocted the world's first digital internship university, International Internship University, IIU, in 2020. IIU is providing quality, skill-based, affordable, accessible, location-independent, and skill-based digital education to all learners across the globe, along with internship opportunities and research facilities through its 1,000+ virtual courses. Universities are known for giving degrees, diplomas and various other courses, but Peeyush Pandit with his conscious efforts changed the trend of the education system by starting a world's first internship-based digital university, the International Internship University, by opening the doors of knowledge and education to learners across the world without any hurdles. He has introduced a World Education Policy, WEP, through the digital university, to have equal rights of education to each learner of the globe. Europe, America and few more countries have the craze of digital education, through MOOC, massive open online courses, to enhance the growth in the career. But in developing countries, the scenario is totally different. People are lacking skill-based education to have better job opportunities and standard of living. The International Internship University is the world's first internship-based digital university, providing technology-oriented skills through virtual courses, which will enable the learner to get required job opportunities, and it's a great way to get ahead in career and learn new skills for personal growth. Peeyush Pandit believes that however advanced our machines become, being human is something they can never do. The future is challenging for each one of us. There is a need to adopt various 21st century skills with digital technology. Technology in education is important in today's era. Digitalization of education is the only solution to have a progressive world.
AI has become relevant for everyday activities. And what really enabled this are three things. There was a newer or better, I should say, understanding of certain algorithms and certain tricks that people were trying earlier to get AI to work, and they were not able to get it to work. Right? The second thing that enabled this huge change is the easy availability of data. Right? So earlier, data used to be scarce, and so people did not they had to worry about how to get the best possible results with the least amount of data. And now the questions you're worrying about is, I have so much data, how do I get my system to handle this data? So the kind of mindset that we talk about when we talk about data has changed significantly. The third thing that has caused this sustained and renewed interest is this improvement in hardware. Right? So you have a lot more computing power available now, which was not the case earlier. So people kind of recognize this, and there has been work on trying to build AI-specific hardware for more than 30 years now. But more recently, what was not necessarily AI-specific hardware, things like GPUs have kicked off the renewed AI interest. Yeah. So these are the three things which I would think have caused this interest.
International Internship University is the world's first internship-based digital university, providing paid internship opportunities to learners from school, college, and university. Let's adopt digital education by the International Internship University to bring change in your career.
So the idea Alan Turing had for his test was mostly to make a philosophical point. It makes sense to think about thinking machines. that if you interact with something that seems to give intelligent answers, you probably have to treat it as an intelligent being. Is that an actual test for real intelligence? Not necessarily.
So I do think that games are actually a better test of artificial intelligence. And so one reason is that they keep the designer honest, because somebody else is designing the game and what it means to be good at that game. And another reason is that they often capture many aspects of intelligence, like the ability to understand images, to perform actions that give reward, and to plan ahead and think ahead. So many things like that can be tested in a game environment.
Artificial intelligence is still, I'm very excited about it, I'm very passionate about it, and it's growing at an exponential rate. And what's exciting about it is we're not even at 1% of what artificial intelligence is going to be. But it is an exponential trend. So by the year 2035, a lot of experts are saying that computers will be just as intelligent as a human. So that's in about 20 years. And by 2045, Ray Kurzweil has projected that computers will be more intelligent than all of humans combined. So this is an exponential trend. Just to give you a little bit of background about the evolution of technology and everything, we used to develop technology to replace our muscles, right? To pick up a bigger boulder, a bigger truck, a bigger this, a bigger that. And a lot of physical things have been replaced by technology in the past. In the last 100 years, we've been doing things to enhance our brains. So the calculator would be a simple example of enhancing our ways of doing math. And then we started automating things that were repetitive. And then Google's another type of artificial intelligence in the sense that if I had Google and nobody else here did, I would seem like a very intelligent person. What this does is it enhances our experience, but it's not direct artificial intelligence. Now, if you look at right now in the stock market, there's one company in the US, they do 500 million automated trades per month. So this is a robot that takes tons of information, makes decisions every millisecond, and makes hundreds of millions of dollars every year. And so this is just an example of some of the artificial intelligence that's coming. This is going to happen in every industry. There's no way that a human could do that.
So what is blockchain? Blockchain is a digital ledger in the sky, supported by computers and algorithms that prove that something actually happened. That something being an agreement or a record or a transaction. This is a digital living document of collective truth. Things like medical records and legal agreements could live there because it's both anonymous and private. People always ask me, so what's so great about blockchain? What does it enable that we can't already do? And I tell them blockchain gives us two things. One, programmable money. On top of blockchain, there's this really clever technology called smart contracts. And smart contracts enable us to incentivize what people do, when they do it, and how. So what if tonight we wanted to incentivize you all to take the bus? Well, first of all, you could transact without paying any fees. Secondly, maybe you get a $5 refund when you swiped in on the bus. And third, the driver themselves might actually get a kickback for bringing a full bus of people here. Second, blockchain gives us the opportunity to dream again, to rethink transaction, governance, how we agree. This means that monetary incentives can be aligned with planetary ones. Imagine that I'm running a city, a municipality. If I want to incentivize people to take care of the environment, maybe I compensate them for recycling or for creating community gardens. Or if I wanted to incentivize them for wellness, perhaps I have them create community dinners in specific neighborhoods. How about a sharing economy example? I have a car in San Francisco, and I want to go to Bangkok, and I need an apartment. Well, with traditional sharing economy platforms, perhaps I put my car on a car sharing platform, and I look for a place on Airbnb. With blockchain, I could do a value exchange. I could lend my car to person A, meanwhile staying in person B's apartment in Bangkok, and perhaps no money would actually have to transfer because they're equivalent in value. I might not even need to use the platform at all, so no fees. So what we're saying is, what the internet did for e-commerce, blockchain technology builds upon and helps create these beautiful value-distributed networks. People are playing with that in really creative and interesting ways. Blockchain also makes shared ownership very easy.
IIU, the digital university, is the biggest and unique initiative by Peeyush Pandit to bring a revolution to the education system. Varied 1,000+ digital courses by IIU will be a gateway of success to their desired profession by eliminating all the possible hurdles to empower youth for learning and relearning as per their own comfort, with the flexibility to learn on their own schedule. It also allows learners who are working full-time jobs and taking care of their other responsibilities to still be able to study while balancing all these things. We are providing various courses in SDGs to provide in-depth knowledge to have a sustainable future for the years to come.
Our world is challenged like never before, from climate change to conflicts to COVID-19, which is putting the Sustainable Development Goals further out of reach. It would be easy to lose hope, but we are not hopeless or helpless. We have a path to recovery if we choose to take it. That's what this SDG moment is all about. Coming together to save our planet and each other. Coming together also with the BTS today, which is a fantastic contribution. Now, 2 weeks ago, I launched our common agenda, a plan to reboot the multilateral system and gather the world around our common objectives. Because only by recovering together can we get the Sustainable Development Goals back on track. And I see 5 areas for urgent action. First, we need to end this pandemic. Our response has been too slow and too unequal. I call on the world to mobilize behind a global vaccination plan that doubles vaccine production to reach 70% of the world's population by the middle of next year. Second, we need to get down to the business of a sustainable and equitable recovery for all, so that we stay on track to end poverty by 2030. And this means making bold investments in systems that support human development, from education and universal social protection to healthcare and jobs. It means putting people above profits, including through progressive taxation and ending tax evasion, money laundering, and illicit financial flows. And it means reforming the global financial system, tackling debt distress, and ensuring that developed countries benefit from the recent allocation of special drawing rights. Third, equal rights for women and girls. We cannot achieve any of the SDGs without gender equality. We need bold investments to make sure every girl has a seat in the classroom and the skills she needs to chart her own future. We need to dismantle the power structures that allow discrimination, violence, and economic hardship to keep 1/2 of humanity down. And we need to make sure that girls and women have a seat at every table, from the halls of power to the boardrooms of business.
We at IIU invite colleges, universities, and other institutions for paid internship opportunities to the learners through IIU. Digital education by International Internship University is for all, without any hurdles, as per the own wish of the learners and without any financial stress, which is easily accessible in every corner of the world. IIU is the change. IIU brings the change in education. IIU brings the digitalization. IIU is the success. IIU is the opportunity. IIU enhances career. IIU is the turning point. IIU is the revolution.